Chapter 20. The Hermit. Seek and you shall find. Look under every stone and every rock and behind every tree, and gaze into every cave. I watch the flames dance and go skybound, the yellow and orange whirls and eddies flashing across the darkening heavens. I chase the wind and touch the celestial vault with my far-reaching energy field. I've been there, and I come from there, and I know the secrets of such ancient fires. The last light of day is slowly ebbing. There it goes. The muted grey mass flutes out towards the outer perimeter and climbs high towards the centre, as if totally unaided by internal support and held by the air and invisible threads, like an exotic web of some gigantic tropical spider, a web that is kind of beautiful and kind of graceful, and as it catches the last few rays of sunlight, the whole superstructure, joined and fused as one, carries the golden starlight throughout its veins, and the city becomes, as it were, superimposed against the black landscape. Beautiful, beautiful. But a gilded cage is still a cage. One of the central towers is so tall that it might warm the heart of even Nimrod, and to such a degree that his fallen spirit makes haste, galloping to the summit on some ghostly steed, to succeed in death where once failed in life. And then stillness, and day no more. The city is reduced to a silent grey footprint that's home for 1 billion innocent-looking twinkles. Twinkling lights, twinkling, twinkling. And at each point of light there are souls drinking, 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 drinking in the abundance that has no end, the nectar of self-entitled pleasure, and not one of them stopping to think that their lazy existence could be coming to an end. Well, fatted cow, I stab at thee from the horizon with sharpened stare, and I demand more of each who would choose to lie in your cool shadow. Like I say, I'm nae detectable out here. My smoky plume cannot be seen. I am like the smoke. I am like a vapour, an ethereal entity, and known only by a mere handful. The few who just so happen to gaze in the right direction and follow their feelings and follow their hearts. Yes, those rare individuals who happen to search with a pure heart in the right cave, the right corner of this troubled world, and express the words silently or otherwise. I have been a part of this madness, and I have known it, and I have loved it, but now and forever I choose to leave it behind. I choose an ideal immeasurably higher, and even though I cannot put a name to this ideal, I choose it regardless. My time in hiding has recently come to a close. Once again, I have intervened in this world's affairs and given them something valuable and changed the flow of history. You see, once again, like earthlings and alphas, the people of this world have made bad choices, half enlightened and half enslaved. Once again, the majority were at the mercy of the few. Once again, there were technological advancements being used in unwise ways. Sound familiar? I know it does, for sure. Every advanced civilization, regardless of planet, will suffer similar pitfalls. They call it the Great Filter, those ones who watch with eyes of empathy and concern. They tell me that power corrupts, and most violently. As I let the heat of the flames wrap around me, and as I travel deeply inwards, I recall my descent towards this world like the man who fell to earth. The minutes, the hours, the days, the years are but the rags of time, and the sacrifice, the longing for oblivion without any sense of reward, was understood to be the true markings of real spiritual growth. This is where the poetry begins, and the soul becomes more than useful to the divine architect who orchestrated the one true form, a form that became the chalice to hold all life, the reality wave of the almighty frequency from which all things originally came. And the highest of all frequencies boomed out and spoke strongly the word, and the word manifested the very dimensions that it echoed into, and the word was with God, and the word was God. And when these sounds developed into Leviathan spheres and behemoth shapes, they also transformed into a song. The song was seen by divine creatures as well as heard, and the song was seen as manifest, and the song was seen to be very good. There was just one straw to tease out in this cosmic game of Kaplunk, one kingpin, one rotten apple. Well, the straw is now well and truly removed, and all we're waiting for presently is the inevitable cascade frenzy. The city dwellers haven't even realized it yet, but they will, and without intervention they may never have realized that they were a cog in a machine, but they were, and such machines are crumbling from around them, the framework of civilization splintering sharply. A house of cards upon which all other things stand, a city of cards, an entire empire of cards. We all need to take responsibility for our own lives, and this world's inhabitants are about to hit a cultural make or break and come up against their wall of ultimate understanding. Where they go from here is not up to me, whether they break through or not, but at least this time round, their system's sun is not on the verge of bellowing into red giant Rapidus or some other type of exotic supernova. They've got it easy this time round, if you ask me. They've just got to take a long, hard look at themselves and sort themselves the hell out. "We did it then," exclaims a cheerful voice, and I turn to see the first of my friends, Selena, approaching with a smile from ear to ear while skating down a nearby dune. "Can't believe it hasn't fallen yet." "It will. The work's done. Main field generator is down. They will all begin their inevitable stirring. They won't thank us though, you realize that? Not before they taste the sweet rewards of ascending and apply themselves to the necessary work required for such serious emotional and cultural change. We'll get no recognition parade, that's for sure. Too addicted to the darkness. But they'll see. Give them time. They will see the light. They have no choice now. But yeah, at first they're gonna be, frazzled, wretched and angry and frightened, all of those things. The alternative would have been far worse though, to be like sheep following blindly. That's no life. And to be even worse than that, at least sheep retain their souls. "What are sheep?" inquires a confused protege. And I can see the rest of our little group approaching from the east, Tech, Nat, and Fuse. "Sheep, oh yeah, sorry. That's what they're called where I come from. You'd call them pranamilla, the little guys that follow each other regardless of where they might end up." I can see that Selena is not really listening at this point, her gaze now firmly fixed on the nearing 3. She jumps to her feet and runs to greet them, skipping and shrieking in fits of laughter, the others now reciprocating her flamboyant gestures. Tech is a little worse for wear and he's limping slightly, but in a way that I know he'll be okay. He jumps for joy and ouches on every landing and mirrors, as best he can, the general collective sentiment of the moment. And why not? This is a cause for celebration, after all.